So this is a video someone took of them going through the Snapchat app. So it's it's them going through the Snapchat app, and then they posted it on TikTok, and then someone posted that on Twitter. And now we're playing it on YouTube. So it's
all very meta.
Yes. I don't think there's sound, so just watch it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just curious about this. Of course, my niece loves Snapchat. She's a young whippersnapper. So these are just various Snapchats of people in these various areas at that particular time of day, just so I'm understanding?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just average people living their lives in Israel, yeah. And then it'll go
not
to Gaza
having
later.
bombs rain down on them.
عليه مجتمعات عالمية نحو زيادة أفضل. أين هو العالم؟ المبدأ المقابل لوزارة الصحة يحتوي على جمعيات ومؤسسات.
Wow.
هاي شغلنا كله في يوم واحد.
Isn't that striking?
Yeah. Wow. I need to get Snapchat now. That's like a very interesting social experience. Experiment, I should say.
Yeah. So just to reiterate to everyone, the first half took you through Tel Aviv and other spots in Israel. You saw people playing with their puppies and eating brunch and living their daily lives. And then it took you into Gaza, and you saw broken buildings and scared children and devastation, books on the ground. So just anyone who tries to tell you that it's the same and the experiences are the same and that this is a conflict on both sides and tries to both sides the experience. No, one side is the oppressor. So
you can't both. There's nothing to both sides though, again, because they're being occupied. This is a military occupation. This isn't a war with a sovereign nation. So I always have a problem with the way they frame that sort of argument because it muddies the water in that capacity. And really, this isn't serving anybody. I understand, because believe me, I have Zionist friends. Of course I do. You know, I have these conversations, and I just want to try to compel them to understand how this doesn't make anybody safe. You cannot find safety continually at the end of a sword. Eventually, things are going to get, the ante is going to keep getting higher and higher on both sides until it just is devastating for everybody involved. So watching the escalation, you know, and I'm glad I'm seeing a ceasefire. In 2014, we didn't see a ceasefire. And at that particular junction, there were over 2,000 Palestinians that were killed, many who were children. I think about around 400 children, which is a completely unacceptable ratio. How is that? If that had happened anywhere else in the world, every nation would be up in arms.
Yeah.
Every nation. So I just, you know, and I guess the other part of this, and I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. The other part that upsets me personally is that I feel a lot of anger when I hear people frame it as we're on the side of the Jewish people, right? When they don't give two shits about the Jewish people. Christian Zionists do not care about the Jewish people.
No.
America does not care about the Jewish people. What they care about are their geopolitical wants and desires. American empire certainly does. They treat Israel like an army base for them, that's in a convenient place. And the Christian Zionists, what do they want? They want the second coming of Christ.
Yeah.
So
freaks,
which is so depraved, because then they're turning around and say like, well, now you have to convert to Christianity. If you don't, you're going to burn in hell. And there's no hell in Judaism as an aside. So like, what are these?
By the way,
people
guys,
saying?
I say freaks not to make fun of Christians. I say freaks because they want the Jews to die for the rapture. That's the part.
It's a depraved idea. And they will argue harder for the state of Israel than anybody for this reason. And it's even to the point where they will tell Jewish people like that they're wrong to feel the way they feel. Like, it's like, wow. Okay. So, I mean, anyway, the entire discourse surrounding the situation attracts all kinds of crazy things. It just does. It always has. So it's really important, I think, at some point for the media to step up and do a better job covering the situation, to stop being stenographers either for the IDF or the state government or whoever else. Like, at some point, we need to have an honest conversation about these things. I think we're getting closer to that now, thank God, because that needed to happen. We're not quite there yet, but it is certainly happening.